Yo, what is up, guys? Your boy Sazza here, bringing you guys a video about my Pendulum Magician deck profile for October of 2018. I've been testing this deck for a couple of weeks, ever since the new September 2018 ban list came out, and I didn't want to give you guys a rush deck profile, but I'm done testing. I'm done fixing the deck up, so here is the deck profile. So for the first cards we play is 3 Master Cerberus, you have to play this, and then the 3 Jackal King, you want to have negation, and Jackal is just a 1-card negate, and Master Cerberus being able to add the Jackal, and then Jackal being able to summon the Master Cerberus to make Electromite. You still want to make Electromite in this deck. It is very strong. Even if you don't go for Electromite, Jackal is just too important to making negations. It's just, you don't want to not play this. So that is it for that engine. For the next engine is the Abyss Actor engine. I play a bigger Abyss Actor engine than most people. I play the Wild Hope. The reason why is, since you're not summoning Chronograph and, another monster from your hand every turn, you don't want to have so many normal summons in your deck. So Wild Hope, being able to put it in scale and then pop it with Electromite and get an ad, instead of having Supreme King in your hand and, Magispector Raccoon, you don't want to have those 2 normal summons. So you want to have cards that add but don't require you to normal summon it. So that is why I play the Wild Hope, and then Curtain Raiser is just to make Electromite or make a rank 4 or, a synchro play. It's just really good. So that is why you play the Abyss Actors. And then for the next engine, we play the Supreme King engine. This is pretty obvious. Supreme King Dark Worm is just one of the strongest cards, being able to get it in the graveyard, then special summon it back. If you have like a gate 0 in the deck, you can add gate 0 from your deck to your hand. It's just a really, really strong card, and the combination with Pendulum Call and Dark Worm is just too powerful not to play in this deck. And that, spoilers, I am playing Pendulum Call. So for the next engine, we play the Magician engine, which is 3 Harmonizing. Harmonizing Magician is just one of the strongest cards in the game in terms of Pendulum monsters. And then we play our high scale, which is Black Fang. Black Fang is really strong, being able to special summon a dark spellcaster from your graveyard, also being a card that can lower attack. So if you're going for OTKs, it's a really strong card. And then we play 1 Zangshi Magician. It's really good for negating stuff like Assault, the Cyber Dragon monsters, the Trickstar cards. Even though Trickstars is a really easy matchup for this deck, it's still a negation for certain matchups, and it's a big body and it's level 7, so you can make Vortex with this card. And then for the next card, you play Oath Dragon Magician. Being able to add back cards from your extra deck is just so strong. Adding back Harmonizing every turn, Pendulum summon it, and then get another monster on the field is just so good. You have to play this card. And then the 1 Time Gazer Magician, because we do play Chronograph, which is the next card. Chronograph Sorcerer, you still want to play this card. It's really good for, getting that special summon effect. Even when you don't have 3 Electromites, you can't turbo out 3 Electromites. You still want to play this card so you can turbo out your Electromites. And it's really good because it is level 6. You can make Naruto, so it's really good for that. And it's good for the 2000 attack. You can just attack for game, which is actually nice. And then for the card that I'm not sure about, I think this card is really good, but against certain matchups, it's not that good, and that is Odd Eyes Persona Dragon. It can negate extra deck monsters, is really good, but against certain matchups like Altergeist, Trickstars, it's not that good. I know it's a big body, so they have to invest in a lot of resources to get rid of it, like a Sequidius to bounce it, or Trickstars have to go into their extra deck to get rid of this, but it's really good. And then the next card I play is Rescue Hamster. Now, I play this card not because it is really good, Wisdom Eye, I don't play that card because I don't think that card is necessarily needed. It's not a bad card, but Wisdom Eye, it just doesn't do enough, and it's not enough space in this deck. So I do play the Hamster, but the card that I want to showcase you guys is the 3 Rescue Rabbit. Now, Rescue Rabbit is so good in this deck, and you're probably what do you summon in Pendulum Magicians? What do you summon in the Pendulum deck? And that is Dragon Pulse Magician. Now, Dragon Pulse Magician is very good. It's not only a low scale, it's level 4, and it can pop monsters. It's a normal monster you can summon off of Rescue Rabbit. You can add it back to your hand with Hamster. It's, it just has everything with it. It's not bad. Just because it's a normal monster doesn't mean it's bad. And then Rescue Rabbit being able to have a 1-card Electromite, like a 1-card like rank 4, 1-card, link 2 is just a really strong card. So why not play Rescue Rabbit? It's a very strong card. And it's not like the scale effect of Dragon Pulse is bad, or, it's not a level 4. It's a level 4, so you have to play it. So for the spell cards, now this is going to get very, very controversial. I know I'm going to get some hate for this, and it seems very stupid. I wouldn't have thought of this until I played Pendulum Magicians, but I played the 1 copy of Desires. Desires, it's just so bad when you draw 2. It's not like in this deck you need to draw Desires. You need to get to your combo pieces. You need to get through your deck. You can deck thin. You need the OTK or something like that. Pot of Desires is just an extra card. You just think of it as like an upstart or something, but it's just better because you draw 2 cards. Like, more than 1 Desires is just really bad in a 40-card deck. If you're playing 60-card Pendulums, I don't think that build is really good because it obviously loses the draw because you have so much draw power in the deck. But because we play a 40-card build, you want to play 1 because you don't want to see multiples, and it's not like it's like a card you want to see. So that is which you... It's good to see, but it's not bad if you don't see it. That's my theory on it. And then for the last card, we play 3 Pendulum Call, obviously, because Pendulum Call, being able to add any Magician cards from your deck to your hand is just really powerful. And the Pendulum Call Dark Worm combo is just really strong. And then for our extra deck, we play 1 copy of Electromite. This card is at 1. If I had more, I'd play more copies, obviously. But Electromite, really good. You've seen the combos with the card. If you don't, I'll probably showcase a combo. But the next card is Topologic Gunblar Dragon. I don't know why nobody is playing this in the Pendulum build. This is probably one of the most strongest link monsters in the game, being able to discard cards from your opponent's hand. And it's very easy with Vortex Dragon being able to special summon after you like link or, send it to the graveyard with the Absolute Dragon. It's just really strong. So Gunblar Dragon is just really good. You just ditch 2 cards and ditch 2 cards out of your opponent's hand and have like 3 negates is really strong. So that's why you play Gunblar. And then Decode, you need this for the combo, for the Gunblar combo. You need Decode, and it's obviously really good for OTKs. So it's really good for that. And then Zephyr Metaltron, this is just in case you don't have the combo, but you have to link off for Vortex to summon onto the field. So, Metaltron is really good. It has a really good second and like third effect, but it doesn't really come up that much. And then we play Landphalanx. It's really good for the arrows. That's all you really need it for. I mean, if you had another Electromite, I'd probably play that. Or, yeah, I would play it. But for the next, the rank 4s, we play Tornado Dragon, and we play Carnogorgon. Carnogorgon is really good. Although, let me bring this back up. Tornado Dragon is really good against, the back row decks like Sky Strikers, Altergeist, Chew Dracos somewhat. You're probably not going to summon Chew Dracos. You're probably just going to side in Abyss Dweller, which I'm not going to get into the side because it comes up for personal preference. But I do not play Abyss Dweller because it's very situational, and the only 2 decks that it's really good against is the Goki matchup and the Chew Draco matchup. But like Tornado Dragon is really good for that. And then our Carnogorgon is good for the Sky Striker matchup and like any deck that targets. So it's really good for that. And then we play the Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon for Vortex, obviously. And then we play 1 Naruto because negating spell and trap cards is just really good. You have your Chronograph and your Over Dragon, so it's really strong. And then for our last rank 4, we do play... Well, this is not the last rank 4. I lied. But for our second to last rank 4 is Giant Hand. It's really good for negating monster effects. People underestimate this card because for somewhat reason, people forget that this is actually a card and negates monster effects. So it's actually a really good negation card, and it's better than making like Tornado Dragon going blind first. It's just you don't want to make anything like Carnogorgon against like Goki because they can just play around the Carnogorgon. So this is what I make blind going first, and if I know they're playing Sky Strikers, I'm obviously going to go into Carnogorgon, or if they're playing like a back row deck like Altergeist, I'm obviously going to go into Tornado Dragon. But Giant Hand is the best card to go blind first. And then for our last rank 4, we play Dark Rebellion, Supreme King Dragon, Dark Rebellion is just a really, really strong card going second. It's one of the best cards going. Just OTKing your opponent is just so good with this card because they summon like their big monster on board. You attack, you do so much damage, and then all you need is like one or two more monsters to OTK your opponent. It's probably like a good alternative to like Ball Sword because I don't play that card. You don't really necessarily need Ball Sword. This is like a really accessible like Ball Sword, so why do you need to play that? And then for our fusion, we play Vortex. Obviously, Vortex is really good for negation. Don't need to say much about that. And then Meteor Burst, it's really good for the combos where you get to summon like another rank 4, or you know, you can make Vortex with this card because you make Absolute, you know, summon the Supreme King Gate 0 from your scale, and then, you know, make Absolute, you know, Vortex and all that stuff. So Meteor Burst is also really good for, you know, battle phase effects. It's just, it comes up sometimes when you're going second. So it's really good for that. And then we play FA Dawn Dragster. I don't know why a lot of people don't play this card as well, because it negates spell and trap cards for free. And it's not like it doesn't have attack. People forget that this card has attack for some reason. And it just has 21 attack for just no reason. And it gets a negate card. So it's a really good card to play. And then for the last card, I play Supreme King Dragon Clearwing just to clear the board. So that is it for the deck profile. I am going to be showcasing the combo, so let's get on to that. So for the Gumblar combo, all you need is Dark Worm, Pendulum Call, and Rescue Rabbit in your hand. There's many other different ways to make this certain board, but this is the specific cards you need in your hand to do this combo. So let's get started. So for the first step, well, you draw your 4th and 5th card. This doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter what you draw in this hand. The worst it can get is if you draw like 2 Dragon Pulse or 2 Pendulum Calls. Then you could still make a really decent board. You could probably make 3 negates, but this is like the standard hand. So you're gonna Pendulum Call and Dark Worm. This is just broken combo. This is game already. So what you're gonna do is add the Black Fang and Harmonizing, and then use the effect of Dark Worm, and then get the Gate 0 from your deck to your hand. So you added 3 basically. And I shuffled for no reason, but so Dark Worm is on field. These 3 cards are in your hand, so you now have 6 cards, I believe. Yep, 6 cards. And then you're going to normal summon Rescue Rabbit and then banish it off of its effect. And then you're going to summon the 2 Dragon Pulse from your deck. It doesn't matter where you put it at. Shuffling for no reason again. I don't know. And then we're going to link into Electromite with the 2 Dragon Pulses. It doesn't really matter what you link off, but well, it doesn't really matter. You don't want to link off the Dark Worm. You're gonna see why. So you're gonna send whatever you need. In this case, you don't need to send Jackal. Like sometimes if you don't have Jackal in your hand, you're gonna send Jackal. But for this purpose, you're gonna send the Master Cerberus, just a deck thin. And then you're going to scale your Curtain Razor and then destroy it and get the Master Cerberus to your hand, and then draw 1 card. And then after this, it doesn't matter what you draw for that. You just use the effect of Master Cerberus to get another Draco from your deck to your hand, which is pretty amazing. So you're just deck thinning, and then what you're gonna do is you're going to link off your Electromite and your Dark Worm that you got from the graveyard to make a Decode Talker. This is important. You want to have a normal, well, not a normal monster on the field, but a effect monster and Electromite on the field so you can make Decode Talker. There's other ways. There's probably another link 3 that you can use, but it just needs to be a link 3. And then for the next step, you're going to put this in scale and then put the Gate 0 on scale. You want to do this. This is very important. You want to put the Gate 0 on the scale. And then you're going to Pendulum Summon to, well, it's hard to kind of position all of these. So you're going to put it under the, this is the Pendulum Summon. So you're going to put the Jackal under the Decode Talker. And then you're going to summon the Harmonizing here. And then you're going to summon the Dark Worm here. And then you're summon any of the level 4s. It doesn't really matter. So like Curtain Razor. And then you're going to use the effect of Harmonizing to summon your very important, the best card to draw in the game. Jokes aside, but Time Gazer, yes, the worst card to draw, right? And then you're going to XYZ into
any of your like rank 4s. I just go into Giant Hand. Obviously, you want to go into Giant Hand because it's the most versatile. And then you're going to synchro these into, well, you're going to banish the Time Gazer. And then you're going to link that off away. Well, not link, but, you know, synchro. Into your Meteor Burst Dragon. And then you're going to use the effect of Meteor Burst Dragon to special summon this to your monster zone. And then you're going to XYZ summon into your Absolute. And then you're going to link off your Decode and your Absolute Dragon into your Gumblar Dragon. And then, you know, Gumblar Dragon's going to use this effect. Well, Absolute Dragon is going to use this effect to summon the Vortex. And then you're going to use Gumblar Dragon and discard these two from your hand. So that's really good that we have a Darkroom Engrave and we have a Dark Spellcaster for Black Fang in the graveyard. So you have like 2 utility cards. It doesn't even really matter. You discard 2 from your opponent. You have 3 disruptions, and you just basically win at that point. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was good enough for you to understand. And peace. Don't forget to subscribe as well.